Hi everyone, thanks for joining us again. It's Carolyn here from Scalare Partners. I'm pleased to have Chris from Roi-AI joining us today, one of our very exciting investments. Chris, thank you so much for joining.
Hey, thank you very much for having me here today, Carolyn.
Pleasure. Now, before we dive into Roi-AI, tell me a little bit about how you came across Scalare. Like, how did we come to work together?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think the story's probably fairly familiar with most founders who've got involved with Scalare. As with everything, it's networks. So one of our board members knew someone from Scalare, made an introduction. We ended up having an initial meeting and realised that we were very, very closely aligned, and it's sort of one thing led to another, and we are where we are today. It's all about networks, really.
Yeah. And how has the relationship with Scalare impacted your journey so far?
The single biggest impact has been basically what I just said there about networks, but taking it and putting it on steroids. Suddenly our network's gone from that to, that. Because Scalare and the various people within the Scalare business know so many people, there always seems to be someone on hand who's got the expertise we need or the connection to someone that we need to be connected to. A close second to that would be board level support. We've tackled some pretty complex challenges since we've been with Scalare. And the various different people who've been able to support us as we've done those has been really, really good.
Great. It's good to hear. It's a big part of our model is making sure that we have that support for you at a governance level around the board, but also as an advisor and someone to be that conduit into our network and ecosystem. So great to hear that that's working for you. Now, give us the elevator
Definitely.
pitch. What does Roi-AI do and what problem are you solving?
Really, really simply. So we're an automation and AI business, specifically for the recruitment and staffing industry. We solve two key issues that are solved by data decay and data inefficiency. And we do that through two core products, marketing automation and data enrichment.
Great. That is a lot of words around, the solution and the data enrichment piece. And I'd love, we'll dig deeper in a little while around the use cases and the impact that you're having. But what inspired you to start this company? Was there a defining moment or something that sparked the idea that was personal for you?
Yeah, it's a good question. It wasn't one of those light bulb moments. It was more a battle of attrition, if you will. In my previous business, I ran another one of the Roi-AI shareholders. We were constantly bumping into issues that were reoccurring. We were trying to solve these issues. So the previous business was a marketing as a service offering, and we were basically trying to automate marketing processes in the staffing industry. But there wasn't a suite of products built specifically for staffing, so we were having to customize other solutions in. And it
Right.
got to such a point where we just couldn't move our business forward without technology specific for the industry. So in the end, we had one of those conversations where it's like we're just going to have to build it for ourselves. We don't know anything about tech. We don't know anything about starting a business of this nature, but it's really our only option here. So we sort of stuck our toe in, met with a few people that were happy to come on the journey, and away we went.
I love that. So solving a problem that you'd experienced yourself firsthand, there was nothing out there. So what do all the best founders do? They decide to fix it themselves and build it themselves. I love that. And
Pretty much.
what's the core mission or the purpose that's driving you and the team? Like if I was to come and work at Roi-AI, what's my purpose?
This is really simple as well. So on one side of the coin, you've got talent, like people work, even if they know who they're looking for work. I mean, anyone can be made redundant in their
Yep.
life. And on the other side of the coin, you've got people that need people in order to grow and build their business. No business, no matter how much AI exists out there, is going to be successful unless it's got good people. So our mission is to connect really good talent with really good opportunities. That simple.
I love it. I love it. And, for those that don't know the industry as well as you do and have the experience that you do, they might be thinking, oh, this could be like other technologies or other solutions I've seen. What makes Roi-AI, the product and the technology, really stand out in the market?
So initially, we really were a first mover. As I say, the product wouldn't have existed if there was already something. So we were really testing how things worked in our sector. As we've progressed, and we're now a good few years old, there are other companies that have entered the marketplace, and I think our key point of difference is we're really always pushing ourselves to stay ahead. And we have to because we all know things are changing so dramatically, and it's no different in marketing or recruitment. The AI has got the fear in a lot of people in terms of what it's going to do, but for me, it's incredibly exciting. The team is just constantly looking at, okay, now this technology exists. What can we do? How can we make people's lives easier? How can we make this talent opportunity connection? So, our company, and the reason people use our company is because we've really got the latest solutions that are proven. We're not using experimental stuff, but as soon as something feels like it's proven and it can actually add value, then it's coming into our product.
Right. And you've got that data and that historical data from being like first to market and having that market led kind of advantage. So I assume with any new innovation that you release, any new AI solution that you release into your product, you've also got all of that backup of all that really rich data. Are there any specific like innovations or features or breakthroughs that investors should know about?
Yeah, I mean, it ties into AI, and as I said at the offset here, like two things that we do is marketing automation, data enrichment. And data enrichment, AI is perfect for it. So our big piece right now is focused on how can we use AI from a data enrichment perspective. The stuff we're doing, realistically, it's only been possible. I've had in my notes the last 12 to 18 months, but actually looking at it in the last 6 to 12 months, that's how fast technology is moving. Like what we're trying to do now would have been so prohibitively expensive if you went back 18, 24 months that it just wouldn't have been possible. But now the cost of processing, the cost of just AI models themselves has come down so much. We're doing things that are right at the bleeding edge just because the technology now enables us to do it.
Love that. I love that. And so, who are your ideal customers and what kind of feedback do you get?
Recruitment agencies of all sizes, anything from someone who lays everything off. I can do better than others. I'm going to set up my own business and away I go. And, they're one or two person business, so they need a lot of automation and to give them the power to compete with other businesses, but all the way right to huge conglomerates that need automation at scale again, so they can free up their team's time to do more the value that they need to.
Yeah. And how are you finding these people? Like, what's your go to market strategy? What makes you win?
I mean, hands down for us, it's partnerships. Partnerships have been the foundation of how we built this business, but we are starting to change. So we're now moving into partnerships plus a direct sales channel. But I think for any founder out there, like one of my key takeaways would be figure out who the obvious partners are in the ecosystem that you operate in, and target those people because they can make getting your business off the ground so much easier. We've got grown to over $1 million in ARR without any salespeople, not doing sales. That's the partnerships.
That is so impressive. And, true partnerships are like mutually beneficial. They're gaining traction, they're gaining insights and penetration into their desirable market. And you're obviously getting access to their clients. It's a win-win situation. So I love partnerships too. It's always part of a really healthy go-to-market proposition. So looking ahead, what does success look like over the next 12 to 24 months for Roy AI?
Uh, for us, for me, it's a very, very pleasing one because, as any founder will know, you're always sort of worried about like, can we stay in business next month? Can we make those sort of things? And our business has got to a level of maturity now where that panic, whilst it's always a concern, is not at the top of the agenda anymore. And now it's very much about how can we turn what we've got and really start generating significant profitability and scale. So our milestones and goals are all orientated around that. We've got to hit profitability. It's now how do we grow this? How do we scale? What do we really, really do? Sell, doubling down on to achieve growth.
I love that. So growing a really sustainable business, and I love the word profitability. It's my favorite word. Are there any major milestones or goals that you're particularly excited about that you think will get you to that point?
Yeah, it comes back. Well, actually, there's a couple of things. So, as we're changing our sales approach. So keeping partnerships still very, very important to us, but enabling direct sales.
Yeah.
We think having control of our own destiny is going to enable us to fast track that. Being really clear about what we do and what we're all about. We've been guilty of what a lot of people do, of trying to do everything for everyone. And now we're exceptionally clear. We do marketing automation, we do data enrichment. That's our knitting. We're going to very much stick to it. So by being incredibly focused and having really clear sales channels, I think that's going to be the key things. And then obviously embracing AI. So we're AI first as opposed to AI bolts on, which a lot of companies are doing. I think that's going to be a big point of difference.
Yeah, you're definitely AI at your core. You were dabbling in
Mm.
AI before AI was a trendy word. So yeah, it's definitely what's got you to this point and will continue to do so. So where can people learn more about you and Roy AI?
I think the easiest place is our website. So Roi-AI.com. I agree with you completely. Like, we were very lucky with our name. We selected Roi-AI even before AI was a thing. So that's worked in our favour. The other place is LinkedIn. We post regular updates about product updates, what our customers are doing. So it's a good channel to keep across what we're up to.
Excellent. And if there was one thing you wanted our listeners to take away, whether they be Scalare shareholders, investors, or founders, what would it be?
It's a bit of a weird one, this, because we're not explicitly looking to raise funds at the moment. We're quite comfortable with our sale and where we're going. So we'd appreciate people that want to throw lots of money at us. We'd appreciate people that want to give us lots of business. But more than anything, right now we're focused on feedback. And whilst we're quite ingrained in the industry that we operate in, we do also cover the enterprise businesses. So people that are employers, which is almost every business out there. So hearing from people who wear the kind of hiring and the
Yep.
frustrations they have when they're trying to hire people, and then people who are looking for work, whether they're right at the early stages of their career or all the way through to board level running their own companies. Like when you're trying to find work or when you're trying to find people, what barriers do you bump into? Where do you think it could be easier in the process? Because that feedback is invaluable to us as we sort of shape the future of our product.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I'm looking forward to watching the growth over the next 12 to 24 months.
You're most welcome. Thank you very much for having me, and thanks for the support, Scalare.
Pleasure.